All right, so what's up, Patreon family? It's your girl D-Ray, the Divine Relationship Alchemist, out here in the backyard. We're going to talk about this energy that we have to look forward to for the week. I think this is the second to last week in December before we go into the new year. So, like I said on the last video, Dreamwise and I did for Patreon, I'm going to do an energy reading. And so, yeah, because I want to know for myself what we need to be doing and what we need to be focusing on this week, what we need to stay aware of. Where's the energy for all of us? And because we are all cosmic beings, we are all interconnected, we are all, always experiencing the same things, maybe in different forms, but for the most part, it's all the same. For this quick little reading, I think I'm gonna pull 3 cards, real quick. Let me use the energy oracle cards. It's just in alignment because we're trying to figure out what the energy is for this upcoming week. So we're gonna use the energy oracle cards. I'm gonna pull 3 cards. And what I do whenever I am doing these readings, I just kind of shuffle and just have in mind, what is the energy for the week? What do I need to be aware of? What do we need to be aware of? What do we need to pay attention to? What do we need to look to experience? So that's kind of what I'm asking Spirit internally to reveal to me as I'm doing this reading. So I'm glad to be doing the first one for the Patreon family right now. Energy of the week. What do we have to look forward to for this week? What's the energy? What's the energy this week? For myself and the Patreon family, what is the energy this week? What is the energy for this week, Spirit? What I can say, as I'm even shuffling these cards right now, there may be some challenges this week. I'm seeing different cards are kind of catching my attention. There may be some challenges this week. So, make sure that you are very specific. Make sure that you're very specific. Make sure that you're very specific about maintaining your high vibration. If you haven't looked at our live stream, the Sunday service that we did today with Kamani, make sure you do that. All right, Spirit, let's see. All right, so the first card is a thinking man, right? And this is funny because that's what I'm saying. There may be some challenges that we face, but we got to get out ahead of anything. Like, we got to be on top of it. We have to have thought things all the way through. We have to know what it is we have to do. We got to be prepared, right? We have to be prepared this week. This week is going to be a week of being prepared. And when I think of a thinking man, I think of someone who's logical. That's the male aspect. Thinking, masculine energy, that's logical. So right now in our energy, we got to have our ducks kind of in a row, because there may be some challenges that are presented to us, but because we've already thought out ahead of it, we got it together, okay? So, yeah, let's plan this week. Let's plan to the best of our abilities. I'm not saying that you got to plan moment by moment, minute by minute, but this week on a daily basis, already kind of have in mind what it is you're going to be doing. What are you going to be doing? What's the plan this week for you to stay in high vibration? What's the plan this week for you to manifest the desires of your heart starting now going into 2020? Do you have a plan? All right, you need to start putting that plan to action. And you need to really sit down and think about it, really lay it all out there so that you're very clear on the direction that you're headed in right now. I feel like this week is going to challenge us to really lay out within our own minds where we're going. Like, where we're going, what do we want to see, what do we want to manifest. This week is going to lead us to really get serious about that, really put the thought behind it. That's the thinking man. That's that masculine energy. And it's beautiful because 46 is 10, right? And 10 just boils down to 1. So when we're talking 1, we're talking about new beginnings, right? So like I said in the last video, we all have these new aspirations that we want to manifest going into 2020, but we haven't put no thought behind how we're actually going to make it manifest, right? So the new beginnings is the things, the desires that are of our hearts, but we have to add that masculine energy into it to determine, okay, 1 + 1 = 2. If I take this step, if I take this step, if I take this step, that's going to lead me closer to my dreams, closer to my goals, all right? So the goal within itself is the feminine energy, the desires of your heart. How you actually manifest that goal is kind of logical. It's kind of, you put some thought behind it, all right? And that's not to say, but at the same time, we also need to be meditating. We need to be meditating regularly so that we can receive the intuitive hunches that we need, so that we can balance out our feminine and masculine energies. Let's put some thought behind all the things that we want to manifest. Let's stop just talking about it, but let's actually start working out the logistics of it within our mind, all right? All right, Spirit, what else do we need to know about this week? What else do we need to know for this week? What else do we need to know? I'm already kind of having a sense of what's going to come out. But what else do we need to know for this week? Okay. A woman holding a... Hey. These two cards right here. This one came out first. This one just flew out second. That's a big deal. Let me tell you why. Because what did I just say? That feminine energy, that's where our prosperity lies. Being creative, right? That feminine energy. That feminine energy is what fuels your goals. Is what fuels... That makes me think, y'all. We have a black cat that, you know, lives in our backyard. That's why I just looked around to see where she was at. I'm pretty sure it's a female cat. But that made me think of her. Her presence is appreciated here. But anyways, that feminine energy, y'all, that feminine energy, that's the desires of your hearts. That's what's going to bring in the prosperity, the newness, the abundance of when we're, oh, look, and then that 42, that equals 6. 6 is creation. 6 is creation, or 6 equals sex. And when we make love, we are creating, right? So this is that feminine energy that we want to tap into, we want to understand, and based off of the desires of our hearts, right? The things that we want to focus on in order to manifest our prosperity. Like we said in my live stream, prosperity does not just come in the form of money. Prosperity is high vibrational emotions. Prosperity is having helpful people around you. Prosperity is things just working out in the way that it should. Prosperity comes in so many forms, right? Prosperity comes in so many forms, but we tap into that prosperity when we know what we're doing is coming from our heart space, all right? So anytime we're talking about a woman, we're talking about that feminine energy. And tapping into that feminine energy is what's going to bring us prosperity. Tapping into your masculine energy. See, your masculine energy helps you to lay out the steps as to how you're going to manifest the desires of your heart. You know, there has to be a level of balance there. There has to be balance there, okay? Like, the desires of your heart is your feminine aspect. Like, you just want this thing just because you feel like it is something that is going to add to your life. You feel like it is something that is going to expand you. It just feels like it's right. That's great. But after that, you have to put action to it. So this thinking man is also an action step. It's the action that you're taking towards manifesting the desires of your heart. All right? And before you take any action, you wanna be precise and purposeful. You want to take inspired action. You want to know that the action that you're taking is going to lend to great things. That's what you want to know, right? But you want to act on those things that are pure in your heart. You want to act on those things that are pure in your heart. All right, Spirit, one more card for the Patreon family. What else do we need to know for this week? All right, we got this balancing energy going on. What else do we need to know for this week? What else do we need to know, Spirit? What's the energy for this week? What's the energy for this week? What's the energy for this week? What do we need to know? To wrap up this energy reading, what do we need to know? What's the energy for this week? What's the focus? What do we need to focus on this week besides balancing our masculine and our feminine energy? What do we need to know? What do we need to focus on? What do we need to know and focus on? I'm really getting a sense of this yin-yang energy. Really getting a sense of this yin-yang energy like crazy. A lot has to do with that, right? Understanding your feminine and your masculine energies. What else do we need to know? Let's see. All right. I love it. I'm with it. The world is yours. The world is yours. The world, it's whatever you want, it is for you. Whatever you want, it is for you. That's what I'm telling you. And then you got the lotus flowers out here in this water. That's that Lakshmi energy. Again, that's prosperity. That's the unfolding of knowledge. That's also the pineal gland, right? The world is yours. And then again, I'm still feeling that yin-yang energy. So you even look here, you see how one part of the world is dark, the other part of the world is light. Yin and yang. This is also 11, right? That's also a doorway, a gateway, an opening, a portal, right? It's so important, y'all, that we balance out our energies this week. That we, it's so important. It's so important that we meditate so that we know what the desires in our heart are. That's our feminine aspect. Also, when we meditate, what ends up happening is we just get that inspired guidance. We just know what to do. That action that we take, that's the masculine energy. The action that we take towards manifesting our goals, because the masculine energy, the yang energy is assertive. The yang energy is action. The yang energy is the opposite of passive. It's aggressive. It's you going out and getting what you want, right? And so when we have divine balance within that, when our dreams, when our goals, when our aspirations truly are stemming from our hearts and where we want to go, and then we take the action that is inspired, we take the action that has been thought through, we take purposeful steps towards manifesting those goals, the world is ours. Now, I'm feeling intuitively led to read what this world, oh, that's funny, the woman holding the coin was right there. Let me see. Woman holding the coin. Female connection in money, health, or value. I'm going to give y'all the affirmations for these. Okay, so the woman holding the coin, the affirmation for that is the world. Y'all, the affirmation for this card is the world supports me in my financial goals. Facts. I am making synchronistic connections that serve and honor me. Honey, somebody better write that down. The world supports me in my financial goals. I am making synchronistic connections that serve and honor me. You get into synchronicity when you're tapping into your feminine aspect, your intuition, your internal guidance system. You're in the right place at the right time. Jeez Louise, thank you, Spirit. Oh, man. Oh, man, come on. This guy, affirmation. I open my mind and heart to my own inner wisdom. That inner wisdom, feminine energy. I am thoughtful, focused, and clear. What did I just tell you? Without even reading that, I said we have to be thoughtful. Of course, it says thinking man, so that's kind of a given. But beyond that, we have to be focused. We have to be clear. We have to be purposeful in the action that we're taking right now. Like, you got to know why you're doing that shit. If you don't know why, then you don't know what the effect is going to be. So right now it's so important to know your why. Why are you taking this action, right? Why are you having this conversation? Why are you purchasing this specific thing? Why? Okay? Why? Why are you doing it? Okay? That's serious business. And guess what? The affirmation for the world card. My life expands into boundless horizons with unlimited, powerful energy. A world of possibilities is open to me now. That needs to be all of our affirmation for the week. That needs to be all of our affirmation for the week. My life expands into boundless horizons with unlimited, powerful energy. A world of possibilities is open to me now. I'm done. I'm done. Be focused this week. Be focused, be clear, be thoughtful. Take purposeful action always. Don't do nothing if you do not know the effects of that cause. All right? Be led by your feminine energy. Your feminine energy is what's going to bring you in the prosperity and the abundance. Understand, prosperity and abundance may come in the form of thought. It may come in the form of a person. It may come in the form of emotions. It may come monetarily. Doesn't matter. It's coming to us this week if we tap into that feminine creative energy. If we tap into what is in our heart, right? The world is open and available to us now. Anything that we want to have, we have it now. We are expansive. We are expanding. Go check your girl out on relationshipalchemy.org. Get your healing consultations or get a reading. Hey, whatever you feel like you're needing at the time. Check your girl out on that note. Thank y'all for being Patreon family. Stay abreast. Tell everybody about all the value that you are gaining. Tell everybody about all the value that you are gaining by being a Love Lift Life patron. We appreciate y'all immensely. Love you. Peace.